Have you ever wondered why Fortnite is dead? Time passes by, bro, and every good thing has an end. But not only in video games, sneakers as well. That's what we're talking about today. First one, we're diving into the legendary tale of Vans, a brand that rode the waves of success and faced its fair share of wipeouts. I don't even have to introduce this brand, to be honest. But our story begins in 1966, in sunny Anaheim, in California, where brothers Paul and Jim Van Doren, along with partners Gordon Lee and Serge Delia, opened the Van Doren Rubber Company. With a factory in the back and a store in the front, they started selling shoes directly to the public. On their first day, they sold 12 pairs of their 44 deck shoes, known today as the Authentic. Talk about a humble beginning. Hey, let's head over to Vans and grab some shoes. I hear they've got some killer kicks. Vans quickly became a hit among local surfers and skaters, thanks to the sturdy rubber soles and customizable designs. The shoes were perfect for gripping skateboarders, and soon the skate community adopted them as their go-to kicks. The waffle sole was a game changer, offering the grip skaters needed to pull off their tricks without slipping. By the 1970s, Vans was the unofficial shoes of skaters culture. Legends like Tony Alva and Stacy Peralta helped design the Vans era, the first shoe made specifically for skateboarding. It was a match made into skate heaven. Dude, these Vans are gnarly. They're perfect for shredding the half pipe. But Vans wasn't just about skateboarding. In 1982, the brand got a major boost when Sin's pen character, Jeff Spicoli, wore Vans slip-ons in the movie Fast Time at Ridgemont High. The checkerboard partner became iconic, and suddenly everyone wanted a pair. Vans was on the big screen and sales skyrocketed. However, their ride wasn't always smooth. In the 1980s, Vans expanded too quickly, opening multiple stores and diversifying their product line. The rapid growth led to financial troubles, and in 1984, Vans filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It was a tough time, but the brand didn't give up. We may have a hit rough patch, but we're not going anywhere. Vans is here to stay. In the 1990s, Vans made a comeback by focusing on their roots, skateboarding and youth culture. They sponsored the Warped Tour, blending music and skateboarding into a cultural phenomenon. The brand's authenticity and connection to subcultures helped them regain their footing. Fast forward to today, and Vans is a staple in streetwear and sneaker culture. From collaborations with artists and designers to their classic styles, like the old skate and skate high, and the newest new school. I thought Vans was dead, but then they decided to release the new school and everyone bought a pair, which means Vans is no longer dead. Next brand, I want you to comment down below if you think it is completely dead or not. I'm talking about New Balance. What do you think? A brand that's been around for over a century, riding the waves of success and facing its own challenges. Our story begins in 1906 in bustling Boston. Maybe now you understand the name of the New Balance 1906. Where an innovative Irish immigrant named William J. Riley founded the New Balance Arch Support Company. Inspired by the perfect balance of a chicken's foot, Riley set out to create arch support that would revolutionize comfort and stability in footwear. Talk about getting your ducks. For decades, New Balance focused on orthopedic products, making custom shoes that prioritize comfort and support. It wasn't until the 1960s that they ventured into athletic shoes, and boy, did they make a splash. The Truckster, launched in 1960, was the first running shoes to come with multiple widths, setting the stage for New Balance's future in sportswear. Fast forward to the 1970s, and the running boom was in full swing. New Balance seized the opportunity with the 320 model, which featured the now iconic N logo. It was voted the best running shoes by Runner's World magazine, beating out giants like Nike and Adidas. New Balance was on the map, and runners everywhere were lacing up their shoes for the next big race. These New Balance are the real deal. I'm ready to run like the wind. The 1980s and 1990s saw New Balance expanding its product line and stepping into the lifestyle market. The release of the 574 in 1988 became a game changer. With its clean lines and versatile colorways, it was the sneaker's equivalent of a little black dress, timeless and essential. Not everything was smooth sailing. As the 2000s rolled in, New Balance faced challenges in the ever-competitive sneaker market. Unlike its rivals, New Balance shunned celebrities' endorsements, focusing instead on quality and craftsmanship. While this endorsement by no one philosophy earned them a loyal following, it also meant they missed out on a global hype machine driven by celebrity culture. Who needs celebrity endorsement when you have the best shoes around? Let the product speak for itself. Despite the challenges, New Balance found a niche with the rise of the dad shoes trend. Models like the 1990 and 1992 became fashion statements, worn by everyone, from supermodels to tech moguls. The brand's commitment to made in USA products resonated with customers looking for authenticity and quality. In recent years, New Balance has embraced collaborations with fashion-forward brands like Emily Ondor and JJJ Jown, injecting new life into classic silhouettes. These partnerships have propelled New Balance back into the spotlight, proving that even a century-old brand can still surprise us. So yeah, the answer was that New Balance is not dead, clearly not dead. Nike, the brand that went from selling shoes out of a car truck to becoming the sneaker king of the world. The story begins in 1964 with two guys, Bill Bowerman, a track coach with a crazy idea, and Phil Knight, his former student with a head for business. They started a little company called Blue Ribbon Sports, selling Japanese running shoes out of a Knight's car truck at track meets. Talk about a humble beginning. Bowerman wasn't content just selling shoes. He wanted to make them better. Legend has it, he got the idea for Nike's famous waffle sole while staring at his wife's waffle iron over breakfast. "Honey, can I borrow your waffle iron?" No, not for waffles, for shoes. In 1971, Blue Ribbon Sports became Nike, named after a Greek goddess of victory. They also got their iconic swoosh logo, designed by a graphic designer student, for just $35. Talk about a bargain. That logo is now worth billions. Do you want a video about the story of the swoosh? Comment it down below. It can make a whole video. Nike's big break came in 1984 when they signed a rookie basketball player named Michael Jordan. Maybe you've heard of him, like a million times in this channel. The Air Jordan line took off faster than MJ himself, turning Nike into a cultural phenomenon. From there, Nike just kept running with it. They came up with catchy slogans like "Just Do It," signed more superstar athletes, and kept innovating with technology like Air Max and Flyknit. It hasn't all been smooth sailing. Nike's faced criticism over the years for things like overseas labor practices and controversial ad campaigns. Like a true athlete, they've always tried to bounce back and do better. Today, Nike is a global powerhouse, selling everything from sneakers to sports equipment to high-tech fitness apps. They're constantly pushing the boundaries with new designs and collaborations. But at their core, they're still all about helping athletes perform better, whether you're a pro bowler or just someone trying to crush it at your local gym. And then Puma, the brand that proves cats have 9 lives in the sneakers world. So let's lace up and get ready for a wild ride through Puma's history. Our tale begins in 1948 in a little German town called Herzogenaurach. Yeah bro, never mind, I won't say it. Rudolf Dassler, after a spicy family feud with his brother Adolf, who went on to found Adidas, decided to start his own shoe company. He called it Puma Schuhfabrik Rudolf Sandler. Try saying that 5 times fast. Let's just call it Puma. Puma hit the ground running, quite literally. In the 1952 Helsinki's Olympics, several athletes wore Puma Super Atom spike shoes, marking the brand's first Olympic appearance. But Puma's real claim to fame came in 1958, when they introduced the first football boots with screw-in studs. Suddenly, soccer players could change their studs based on the field conditions. It was like giving Cinderella a whole closet of glass slippers. Muddy field? No problem. Dry pitch? I got you. These Pumas are perfect for any condition. Puma continued to innovate, creating iconic styles like the suede in 1968. These shoes became a legend in its own right, worn by Olympic athletes, breakdancers, and hip-hop stars. It was the sneaker's equivalent of a Swiss Army knife, versatile and always in style. The 1970s and 80s saw Puma leap into pop culture. They signed soccer legends Pelé, tennis stars Boris Becker, and even Formula 1 champ Niki Lauda. Puma was on fire, proving that cats and dogs looking at you Adidas could both succeed in the sneakers world. But like any good kid, Puma had to face some challenges. The 90s and early 2000s were tough. With competitions from giants like Nike and their brother Adidas, Puma needed to find its footings again. And find it they did. Puma bounced back with Evangels, focusing on the perfect blend of sports and styles. They designed Rihanna as a creative director and collaborated with fashion designers and continued to innovate in sports technology. Today, Puma is trying to re-enter the sneakers game with the Puma Suede XL, just trying to copy the brother Adidas with the Campos 2000. I know one thing you don't want to see dying, it's this channel, so comment down below what I can improve my content so it becomes better and better. And of course, subscribe bro.